well, the European Committee of the Regions is the last born institution of all Union's institutions. From 1994 on, and according to the Treaty of Maastricht, there was a need to give voice to regions and local authorities. And we may say that by the Treaty of Rome, there was a certain centralized approach, and more there was a need to give voice and to have the contribution of all levels of governance. And so this is the aim of the Committee of the Regions, to contribute to the European legislation, giving advices, also to go for initiatives. In fact, it is the institutional pillar of region and local authorities in the European Union. From the beginning on, at the time I was Minister President of the Flanders government, we were together with colleagues of the so-called constitutional regions, where, of course, there is a lot of devolution given from the central level to the regional and local level. And from 1994 on, at that time, my capacity as Minister President, I was member of the Committee of the Regions. So afterwards, I became Vice President and then also President of the Committee of the Regions. And at that time, we took a lot of initiatives, of course, to give the right place, not alone towards the institution, but we have to give room and place to regions and local authorities. This is what we had to do. And one out of the examples is to focus more on innovation, on smart specialization, also to have a larger contribution in the enlargement process of the Union, and also in the frame of the Arab Spring, to work together with regions, local authorities in the northern part and the eastern shore of the Mediterranean, as well with regions and local authorities in the so-called Eastern Partnership countries. It is in fact an evolutive process, and treaty by treaty the advisory function of the committee was enlarged, and so the main items are cohesion, territorial cohesion, social policy, education, also external affairs, citizenship. And speaking about cohesion policy, it is obvious that also rural areas have to have not just their say, but that we have to focus on their, may I say, their assets and their problems, and to see in which way there can be an opportunity together with those regions and local authorities to strengthen the position of rural areas. As a matter of fact, there are a lot of parts in Europe where it is not so easy to make the difference between the urban society and the rural society. Looking to Flanders or to Zeeland and so on. Yeah, so I think that we have to manage to see it in a global approach and to give the right place to the rural regions as well. When we overlook the last decades, it is sometimes, and it was a story of trial and error. But uplooking the new cohesion period, 2014-2020, I think that the main focus has to be on smart, sustainable, innovative policy. And in terms of sustainability, rural areas are playing an important role, even more than urban regions. And I think this is, in fact, what's about for the future. And sometimes there was, I may not say the misunderstanding, that everybody could do the same thing. And that's the reason why we were working on the item on smart specialization. So the assets of one region are not the same of the other region. And once there was this wonderful approach to say, even the smallest region, and also small rural regions, they have at least one diamond to show and to make clear that they have their own opportunities. I was looking to the papers and the preparation of this important conference, and I think that it is the right way to focus on the three issues where we have to strengthen the position and the opportunities of rural areas. And we know all that SMEs are the backbone of our economy. And there I think that we have to develop more than today programs to improve, to strengthen the possibilities for small and medium enterprises. And we know that the Small and Medium Enterprise Act of the European Union has to focus more also on rural areas. The other point is, of course, in terms of what is central and what is peripheric. And there it's important to notice that the accessibility is important. And then we are speaking not just about infrastructure, but also about logistics. And it is not just about highways, but accessibility. There is a wide range of possibilities we have to put in place. And last but not least, it's also important that rural areas are on the map. There is sometimes this may I say not this failure that the focus is on capital cities, the focus is on capital regions, the focus is on may I say some areas where there is a lot of technology and so on. So in fact it is always the same story. It is about unity in diversity and diversity in unity. And so there I think that there has to be an appropriate program and appropriate interest for rural areas, because they are common part of our destiny and our common future. We want to be the bridge between the local people, let's say the rural areas, and what is going on in Brussels. So I'm always saying Europe is not about the 2 square kilometers in Strasbourg or the 4 square kilometers in Brussels. Europe is about the 500 million people in their diversity. And so also for the Committee of the Regions and also for the Flanders Europe Agency, we have to inform people, we have to cooperate better, we have to detect where things are going the right way, and so it's about partnership. And so I think that it has to be improved. At this very moment there are a lot of interesting projects already, but looking to the next period, I think that we have to detect and create new opportunities for rural areas. And there the Committee of the Regions is absolutely available to do it together with the rural areas as well. We are neighbors, and so I will not say that Zeeland is part of Flanders, but everybody knows that we adore the mussels of Zeeland. Well, I was once in the region, but I'm really interested to know them better. We were paying our holidays with our children about 25 years, always going to Schiermonnikoog. And our friends were saying, why not going to the sun? I was saying, in Friesland, it is not only about the sun, you have the clouds, you have the wind, you have the bicycles. So it was an utmost wonderful period when we were going through Beetsterzwaag, Dunderadeel, and all small villages. It is, may I say, it is not just a landscape, it is a human scenery. Yeah, it is one of the jewels of our crown. This is a prototype of people going for their own business, but it is a wonderful mixture between cultural heritage on the one hand, and innovative economy, and that is what makes Western Flanders an important region in our country. Well, I remember that once we got a conference with the Assembly of European Regions. It was before the Committee of the Regions in this region. It is a wonderful area, and evidently Cambridge is nearby. Well, Meetjesland is in fact, it's the center of Flanders, one out of the centers. No, I was involved in the previous cohesion period, and there we were organizing with the mayors and also the people of the province of Eastern Flanders an important conference on just the rural development. And I'm pleased to say that at that time we made it to give special, not just financial means, but also special contribution to the Meetjesland. I say Hanover is part of Langenhagen. So, and I remember once that I attended the big Hanover Messe. Yeah, it was together with Chancellor, Bundeskanzler Merkel, and Schwarzenegger. So I have special memories to this region as well.
Thank you very much for your cooperation, and I wish you all the best.
You're welcome, and I wish you a wonderful forum.
Thank you.